Welcome back to the Cobra Trading Channel, everyone, where we focus on people, passion, and platforms. I'm Alex Bustos, and today we're going to be sharing Ed Seykota's, a famous commodities trader who's been in a famous book called Market Wizards, and we talk about his 5 rules to successful trading. The first rule is cutting losses. Now, you're probably like, obviously, right? The problem is a lot of people don't cut their losses fast enough. Instead, they hold and hope. They hope that something's gonna come back. Maybe I can get out for break even. Maybe I can hold it. Maybe I can add an average in so that way I can mitigate my loss or come out ahead some way. No. Cut your losses means when you're wrong, you cut them. You don't just hold against the plan, you always cut. Because at the end of the day, traders are training themselves to be wrong. Number 2 is ride the winners. For new traders, this can be very difficult because you're focused on one thing, money, right? You're focused on not losing, so you try by not cutting, you break the first rule by holding against your plan because you're hoping you don't have to take a loss. And then number 2, when you try to let your winners run, you don't, because when they start to work, you just cut it right away because you're trying to make up for those losses. And when you're stuck there, you're just gonna keep getting there, and maybe best case, you just end up break even. But you might just end up slowly bleeding and then getting stressed, getting frustrated, and rolling downhill. So you have to come up with a system that helps you let your winners ride. And one quick tip that we're gonna give you is trade very small at first, so that way you can get comfortable with holding your trade until your profit target is hit, because sometimes you're gonna have to hold it and you may be up and then take a loss. You may be up a little bit and then break even, but you need to focus on profit targets, because if you let your winners ride, rule number 2, and rule number 1, you cut your losses quickly, then you can find profitability. Number 3 is bet small. Don't go risking a big chunk of your account. Bet small, and when you start to see it work in your favor, then add more size. Now there's many ways to do this. You can add to a winner, which we just talked about, or you can just go 1 bullet in and 1 bullet out. Whatever you're risking is small relative to your account, because what you're trying to do is risk a little bit to make a lot. So if you're looking at a trade, make sure there's a high risk reward ratio in your favor. And if there isn't, you better make sure that you're getting as close as you can to your stop area, so that way there can be enough meat on the bone. And in fact, it's better to probably just avoid low risk reward trades. However, we know here at Cobra Trading, we have all types of traders. And some traders are scalpers, and they love, and they have a high win rate. And so they love just taking a quick 1-to-1 risk rewards because their win rate is so high and they're so disciplined at cutting. Because if you don't have rule number 1, then it doesn't matter how good of a trader you are, you will eventually blow up. Number 4 is follow the rules without question. I think that's all that needs to be said there. Number 5 is file the news in the trash. Now you're probably wondering, why would I do that? You need to understand what moves stocks is people. It's price action, it's buyers, sellers, it's the volume. It's not necessarily news. Although news can influence people, you don't want to guess because there's good news, the stock is going up. Because there's bad news, the stock is going down. Because there's a lot of times where it's the inverse. And you're gonna be scratching your head wondering what to do. And I need you to know that you should just pay attention to what the stock is telling you. So file the news in the trash. Those are Ed Seykota's 5 rules to become a consistently profitable trader. And we want to share this with you, so hopefully highlight what's important and what you should focus on. So good luck on your trading. Make sure you hit that like button and reach out to us if you have any questions at cobratrading.com.